Hey guys, Jeff Scheetz here. I hope you are in the Christmas spirit like I am here. I want to show you how I play, my version of Blue Christmas. So Blue Christmas, made the most popular by Mr. Presley. So this is my instrumental version that can be found on my Christmas at Last CD. So I'm going to just play it here. I've got the track with no lead guitar, and so I'm just going to kind of jam through it. It won't be exactly like it is on the CD because I'm, improvising most of the solo and stuff. But I'm going to play through it, and then afterwards I'll kind of break it down and show you how to play the main parts so you can get the track and jam along. So let's check it out. Okay, so let's take a look at this. This is basically a blues in E. So we're going to start out with sort of a standard blues shuffle kind of feel here, down here going. So I'm just pivoting off of that E note. A little hammer on. Now you could do this with hybrid picking if you wanted to go and get this top note. But it's not fast enough that I worry about that, so I'm just playing it all with a pick. Then we get into the melody. So I wanted this melody to be, this was supposed to sound kind of like just a band in a bar, just playing this. So I wanted the bends to be a little sloppy and a little vibratoed out, you know, so it wasn't going to be really exact. So how this starts off is, so we're basically playing here in our E, like E major pentatonic. That pattern right here, right? And we're going to start, we go, and then we're going to bend that next note. But instead of just hitting those notes, because I want it to have that really sort of, you know, sloppy blues feel, I hit the whole thing and mute everything except that note. So instead of going, I'm going. So you got to practice that of getting everything else muted around there, right? So I'm hitting all the strings, but the only one that's ringing out is this one, right? That gives me that big, fat sort of sound and attack. That kind of a feel, right? So we do that for our melody. And then we're going to do this first bend. A lot of vibrato. We're just bending that whole step. Bend up and then go back to this note. And then we're going to go. So that is. But I'm going to do a bend. So it's like a ghost bend. So you start with a bend up. Then the next time we go, start out, hit the same note, but then we go down to this. So instead of the first one, then we're going to go. But I still do the same thing. And then here's where it gets a little interesting because we want to do a 1.5 bend. You know, so you got to bend that pretty far on that one. And how that phrase is going to go. So I'm going, you know, that's the idea. Up 1.5, then whole step. So it's like 1.5, 1.5, 1.5, 1. So that gives me this. Don't play that note. So then that's just a bend down, pull off, bend up. Sometimes I probably played like a lick in there. You know, it changes every time. So you can do something there if you want. We'll just do that. Because then we're going to get to this next part that's going to go. So it's this bend here where I'm bending my third finger, but I've got my fourth finger barred across the top 2 strings. So I'm doing that guy, right? And then here, doing these thirds. Second finger, first finger. Thirds there. So that's just that. Once again, trying to sound very bar band-like on this one, it was the idea. And then here we do just a pull-off here. And then this lick I usually do. So that's just a pretty standard blues lick. But we have this note, right? So that's what we're changing here. We got this note and this guy in there to make it out, take it out of our pentatonic. So it's that kind of feel, right? Which is that sort of, you know, Aeolian feel. From that scale, if we were just looking at it from the standpoint of that C-sharp minor pentatonic, it'd be like the C-sharp, what most guys know as C-sharp Aeolian. Anyway, not really relevant here when we're dealing with this thing that we're playing in blues, but for fingering-wise, that's probably what you're more familiar with when you're playing the pentatonic, and you add that note in there. So, that part, once again. Then just a bend. whole step bends, right? Then this little walk-up thing where I slide down. So that just goes from 9 to 8. And then I've got this pedal. I'm going to pedal off of 12. Then we start over again. You know, so it goes from this kind of a dynamic, a little bit mellower, right back into this big, sort of big, boisterous sounding thing, which, you know, I really dig that. So I like those dynamics in there. That is basically it. At the very end, the melody does it. So that's just the variation there. That's sort of the tag there at the end. And then instead of the lick we go, and just a whole step bend on 12, and then we go. So then we're walking up all those notes that we've played before. One more time, it slows down. And sort of a blues lick there. Then a lick I do there, I think. Probably something like that. And then something here. You know, those are just improvised licks. So there, I play it different every time. But that's the basic idea. So the solo is just, I'm just jamming. It's different every time I play it. So I kind of start out with sort of the same ideas. We do the same right before the solo. And then the A up to B. Then I'm going up and doing like this, you know, E major, sort of the BB box, if you're hip to that and know that. You know, whatever I'm playing in there. And then I go a little bit from the E major pentatonic to E minor. Sort of a standard, once again, thinking bar bandy, bluesy. I think I'd probably put in like a major third. Probably that way. Maybe. Just, you know, some E minor pentatonic things. Really, I'd have to listen to it, see what I did there. But basically thinking E minor pentatonic, but hitting some of the notes when we change to the A. You know, I'll go up and, you know, do that A dominant seventh thing there. So you just sort of follow the chord changes around. But like I said, I wanted this to be kind of raucous sounding. So I'm just playing the Strat with Kinman Blues Special pickup in the front. Actually just running this straight through the Kemper, which works fine for doing this kind of a thing. And actually it sounds pretty decent. So very cool. But anyway, that is my version of Blue Christmas. That you can find that on my Christmas at Last CD. If you want to check that out, go to my website. Just go to jeffscheetz.com. Got a lot of cool stuff will be coming up. So if you're there, sign up for the email list so I can let you know anytime I put anything else cool out. And I appreciate you being there. So anyway, hope you all have a very Merry Christmas. Peace out.